The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause they saw. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
no, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
No, I know.
More shows then. That's it. New intro coming. Season 11. Oh my God, we're almost done with season 10. This is fucking insane. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Korner with Pregame. I am your host, Jared Clem, alongside a motley crew cast of characters. This is our NFL playoff kickoff show. We are joined in doing a crossover with the Humble Brothers and the great people over at High Low Sports. But joining me first is, of course, my two co-hosts. This man, myth, and legend is known for his array of hats, his array of beers, and his array of bad picks. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, 10 beers down, 10 toes up, Blackout Chris Lipoff.
Let me hear it. I don't have either tonight. No hat tonight. I'm going to let the hats rest. And,
he's all business tonight, kids.
All business, even though I'm wearing a sweatshirt and shorts. But we won't talk about that.
Hey, listen, I'm wearing a Carhartt long sleeve shirt and a Carhartt hat because I like letting people know I was blue collar once.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, also joining me is my other co-host, the man, the myth, the legend. He has multiple personalities. He dominates multiple social medias, and his Jets are finally done with the misery that was the 2023 season. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Smigglesworth, Swagoo, a.k.a. Matt Ordazzo.
Can't explain or express how happy I am that Bill Belichick's last game as a Patriot came from a Jets loss. That just makes my whole year, and I'm only 11 days in. Also, Chris, you walk to your mom's house in a sweatshirt and shorts. That's the whitest thing anybody could do in January. Just shorts and a
sweatshirt.
sweatshirt.
Across the road from your mom's, though?
Yeah, only a few blocks. So I was like,
That's nice.
I have to wash all my pants. So I'm like, shorts it is.
It's like 41 up here, so it's got to be like in the mid 50, like what, 45 down there, 50 almost.
Right now it is about loading up right now. Come on, weather, 43. Not terrible.
Fair enough.
I
And yeah, not terrible. And of course, as mentioned before, we are joined by the amazing dudes over at High Low Sports Podcast. These guys basically live rent-free at the Korner with Pregame, which we love having them here. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, betting advisor, rocket scientist, graphics extraordinaire, and co-host of High Low Sports, is also a miserable Cowboys fan, but I guess a triumphant Auburn fan this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelsey Coyne.
What's up, guys? Yeah, no, definitely live rent-free. I don't know if triumphant's a good word because I'm still afraid they're going to bring in Bill Belichick to Alabama. That's still a concern.
Why would he want to fucking recruit? Why would he do that?
Let's go for that.
Hey, he already loves being GM. Why not just be a GM?
Yeah, but you got to travel. Like, I feel like Bill.
No. Nick Saban didn't.
I don't think Bill wants to go anywhere anymore.
Even though Saban retired, it'd be funny if they just swap jobs. Like, okay, now I want to coach New England.
No, thank you. I don't
I
want
wouldn't
to
mind you. Get used to hearing Belichick go, we're on the Auburn.
I'd cry.
My favorite thing is now everyone's saying, oh, Sirianni's going to get fired. Belichick's the Eagles coach. I'm like, can we at least win or lose this weekend before we start talking about who's our I told you guys in the group chat, and I'll share this now. My honest to God gut opinion of how the Eagles coaching staff will look next year is very simple. Nick Sirianni, head coach, if he wins one, if he beats the Bucs, his job is safe. If he doesn't, it's a 50-50 coin flip. Next year's DC will be Mr. Riverboat Ron Rivera. Eagles connection, doesn't really want to be a head coach anymore. I guarantee he wants to take a couple years off. Riverboat Ron comes back to Philly. Offensive coordinator, the mentor of Nick Sirianni, and a man who is, I think, after coaching in front of David Tepper, needs to sit in front of a good owner like Jeffrey Lurie, Frank Reich.
Honestly, that would be crazy. Yeah.
But you can see it happening. This is what Peterson did that in 2017, where he brought in like 2 former head coaches to be his offensive defense coordinator. He didn't want to deal with the. He didn't want to deal with it.
I can see them bringing in somebody like Raheem Morris if Raheem Morris doesn't get a head coaching job as a DC. But I think Ron's done. I think Ron Rivera is officially, like, he was already talks of being retired before taking the job in Washington. I mean, you remember he went through all the health issues that.
Yeah, I know. He beat fucking cancer. And he beat working for fucking Daniel Snyder. This man at this point is literally living in a different realm of strength. Okay, there's nothing else different.
I think he's just gonna call it quits. But I mean, hey, I don't mind the offensive coordinator situation. That would be pretty interesting to see.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't brought Frank in already as a advisor, unless they have already and just nobody knows about. Like, apparently, last year before the Super Bowl, the Eagles had Fangio as like an advisor, but nobody knew about it. And then they were supposed to hire Fangio as a DC, but then Gannon took forever to take the job in Arizona. So Fangio got impatient, took the Miami job as a DC, and Nick Sirianni threw a hissy fit about it.
That's fair.
Did you like my predictions for next year?
No, go home, Chris. You're drunk. It was 7:00 in the morning. You're texting me that dumb shit.
I said I wanted Belichick head coach, Saban's the offensive coordinator, and Mike Ditka
Mike Ditka. Who did we say was? Oh, we said Mike Ditka. I told Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka is going to bring Ricky Williams with him and be the running backs coach.
Dude, he coached a soccer team in a movie. Dude, he can do anything.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, fucking. What was it with Will Ferrell? I forgot the name.
Kicking and Screaming.
Yeah,
amazing fucking movie.
Yeah, that's why I sent that picture. Meet first, then soccer.
Yeah. All right. Well, gentlemen, first off, drink first, then cheers. Gentlemen, we've made it to the NFL playoffs. All of you, cheers. We've made it. Kels, at this point, you should know better.
I was in a rush, man. I'm sorry. I rolled in.
You want to step away for a second and go get a drink?
Downstairs. I'm not going back down the stairs to get something and then coming back up something.
Well, I appreciate that. See, for me, that's why we were a minute late, because I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, also, my truck is a thirsty bitch, man. I had to change my oil in my truck for the first time today because I've had it for only 6 months. 8 fucking quarts of motor oil. Holy fuck.
Man, that's too big. Yeah. No, that's too much. You know what? I'm going to keep with my midsize, my SUV, nice, comfortable. 5 quarts of oil is all it takes. So, nothing crazy.
Well, my Honda used to do about 5 because it had that big VTEC engine, the Honda VTEC. But like that thing would run for like 10,000 miles and not even fart the wrong way.
Yeah, that's how Subaru is. It's nice.
Yeah, but I love my truck because yesterday we had like critical level flooding in my area because we had a snowstorm and then a hurricane basically. So I drove through a foot deep puddle in my truck, didn't even make a scratch.
Dude, that's why I love my Subaru. I got like 14 inches of clearance, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself.
See, the only problem is like I got this little fucking plastic scoop because my shit was a custom build. Whoever bought it, I bought it off of who bought it from the dealership. He made it custom because my trim doesn't get the ZL1 lift kit in like suspension, but they bought it with that. And on top of that, there's all these extra plastic like aerodynamic design improvement looking things. I'm just like, the fuck is this? A fucking truck. But it's all good. I love my truck. She's great. She's a great truck. And also yesterday, driving through all those low puddles, watching all these sedans have to weave around was hilarious. So I do not envy them. But yeah, we kind of brought up already. The breaking news this morning was Belichick. He's gone. We talked about Saban was last night. Mike Vrabel yesterday, might have been Tuesday, and Pete Carroll yesterday. It's like the last. Black Monday was like so anticlimactic, except for the hilariousness that was Arthur Smith getting fired at 12:01. The motherfuckers didn't even wait until he woke up. Like they were like, all right, we need something between Jonathan Gannon and Herm Edwards. Yes.
That must have been a new record because I remember when Adam Gase got fired, they announced it and one of the players posted on their social media like, "Damn, we just got back to New Jersey. It's been 20 minutes." So that must be a new record right there for Arthur Smith.
Well, they lost to the Buck. No, they lost to
Saints.
New Orleans at home, right? Oh, they had the Superdome.
No,
they were in the Superdome. So they might have not even been out of New Orleans yet.
No,
That's
they were
awkward,
definitely
Oh, yeah, they
back home.
probably went straight home. They probably didn't.
It's only about a 7-hour drive, and so it's a 2-hour plane flight.
No,
If
I
that-
made that flight. I made that flight from Atlanta to New Orleans before. It's only,
hour
it's
30.
like 2 hours, give or take.
I mean, you're jumping into Central Time Zone, so or in reverse, you're going into Eastern.
Yeah, so technically 3. But-
Yeah. No, I mean, I called that in our big old chat with all the podcast people in it, the chaos chat.
Yeah,
As I
the
like to refer
podcast and
to it.
chaos. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's. I mean, look, he was so mad. It was the first time I saw him with any sort of like emotional response at all during the season, and it's because he's about to get fired. Like he's not mad about the fact Jameis decided he's like, I'm gonna give Jamal a touchdown, which was hilarious, by the way.
I loved it. I thought it was a good sportsmanship moment.
Yeah, it was a fantastic sports. You're in the NFL. If you can't stop him, don't play.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, that's the first time Arthur Smith ever showed emotion, and now it's like, all right, well, you're getting fired. Where was that emotion all season? Maybe you would have given it to Bijan. Maybe you would have thrown to Kyle Pitts. Maybe you would have thrown to Drake London. And by the way, there was only one stretch of plays. I was surprised it even happened. That it went Bijan, Kyle Pitts, and Drake London targeted back to back to back in that entire game.
What also cracks me up about that is like whoever's going to go into Atlanta, right? My dark horse for Belichick is Atlanta because there's so many fucking weapons. He finds some veteran quarterback to come meet him down there. Oh, they run away with the South. Like Tampa's fucked. Like, like Tampa had this year to kind of because Tampa had the most superior roster from quarterback down to to back end of the defense. They basically just had to cruise control their way to 10-7, 11-6, but they somehow find a way to lose to bad fucking teams and get mollywopped by good teams. And so now they're sitting there, and I think we looking at them at shit. They're 9-7, they're 9-8. They're hosting Philadelphia, who either is going to come in and kick their head in, like what Chad Ochocinco said, or they're going to play terrible, and Sirianni might get left on the tarmac. So it's going to be a weird kind of fucking Monday night game. Also, fuck the NFL for making me have to watch a Monday night game.
Dude, I thought it was going to be a Saturday game.
Of all the games to be on Monday night, that was the one that surprised me the most.
Yeah, I feel like they maybe do Browns Texans, two upstart teams.
I thought it would be
Rams Lions.
Ooh, yes.
That's what I was thinking too.
like Dolphins, Chiefs, Rams, Lions. Both of those would have been much better options for Monday night. Especially, I think Rams Lions is a big one too because then you get the West Coast game going to the Central, time zone over in Detroit. So it's like that would have made more sense too.
Yeah,
I mean that was just weird all around. But yeah, no, actually, it's funny you say Bill Belichick. That's his dark horse for where you're going. We did our carousel matchmaker.
I was watching yesterday.
That was exactly where I had Belichick going.
I still have him San Diego. Los Angeles is his favorite, but I think my number 2 because he gets to go coach in a nice warm place, all-pro quarterback or all-pro talent quarterback, and like good defensive personnel. They just literally my friend's girlfriend asked me today. She goes, she's starting getting into football because T Swift, but she goes, "Hey, I always hear you complain about the Chargers, like because she watches the show occasionally. The two of her and her boyfriend watch sometimes, and they're like, hey, you always bitch about the Chargers, you always make fun of them, but you say they have a good quarterback." I'm like, yeah, their problem isn't personnel. Their problem is injuries, and they have morons at coaching staff. She goes, oh. I'm like, yeah, imagine having let me put this in your perspective. Imagine having amazing actors in a movie, but your director and your producer are retarded.
Grown-ups.
Imagine having a Lamborghini and not being able to afford to put the gas in there.
Or putting 87 octane in it.
Ooh, no, don't do that.
Exactly.
My only problem with the Chargers pick, and this is just when it comes down, one, the cap space hell that they're in. I mean, they're going to have to ship out some of those guys on defense, but also ownership. That ownership is not a Bill Belichick friendly ownership. And what I mean by that, they're not really friendly. Art Blank, we all know what Arthur Blank is as an owner. The dude sells $2 hot dogs, or no, dollar hot dogs, $2 drinks with free
He
refills.
he loves the Atlanta fan base.
Yeah, and so he wants to put the best product out there, and there's no better product right now than to go get Bill Belichick and be like, Bill, you're my GM, you're my head coach, you have a great team built out here. Go make it work, because you imagine what he could do with all those freak athletes on that team. That when
Oh my God, they're all gadget guys. Even the guy like Cordero Patterson, like as like a fifth option. Are you kidding me? Build 7 Patriots. All I need is a quarterback. And once again, I apologize for my earlier comments. We will move on from there.
The only downside if he goes to Atlanta is he brings Josh McDaniels with him, and we get another repeat of Josh McDaniels being a head coaching candidate in 3 years.
The cycle continues. It's like Gary Kubiak, man. He like got fired twice, finally gets to the right spot, wins the Super Bowl.
I was thinking when you were saying Bill Belichick bringing a veteran quarterback with him to Atlanta, if that's where he goes, my first thought was Gardner Minshew, as I know he's on a 1-year basis. Gardner Minshew down there with Bill Belichick just for like a year with like Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan, maybe like another receiver added to that. That'd be
I was going
that's
a little
better than
bigger
Taylor
fish.
Heineke.
I was swinging at a little bigger fish. I was thinking old Kirk Thuggins.
Well, that's a good one. I mean, honestly,
They have the cap space. All those guys are rookie fucking deals.
Yeah. What about reuniting with Jimmy?
No, he won't do that.
Why
Yeah,
not?
Jimmy looks so Jimmy. The only way Bill would do that is if because he wanted to prove a fucking point. But the thing is that
Who's pettier? No, seriously. Like, who's pettier than Bill?
That's
Belichick?
my thinking. That is your theory makes sense.
Drop
But
kick.
if Bill didn't have such a bad year in New England, I think he would do it. But the thing is, he wants to go out with a win. Do you want to risk it on Jimmy? I'd take Kirk because with Kirk, the worst thing you're gonna get is he maybe throws a dumb pick in like late in the fourth quarter in a game. But with Kirk, you're gonna get 3,500 yards and 30 touchdown passes. Guaranteed.
I don't hate the Kirk situation, but if I'm not mistaken, I don't think his contract is friendly enough to take on.
Well, no, his contract's up.
Is he? I thought he had one more year on there.
No, he's free agent.
Okay,
That's why they were getting all sad when he blew out his Achilles.
Yeah.
Bill is so petty that if let's say like the Bills lost week 1 to the Steelers and they fired Sean McDermott, he would take the Bills job just so he can continue to be the Jets twice a year. That's how petty he is.
Honestly, and if he was coaching somewhere, he would hire Sean McDermott just so that he could win a Super Bowl with their firing. Like, Bill is the most petty dude. Like, as far as a head coach goes, him and Nick Saban and I mean this in the best ways. From a winner standpoint, they might be the 2 most petty winners out of anybody. I mean, what Bill did with Doug Flutie and that scoring in every single possible way in a game against it was the Jets. Yeah, including a drop kick. Like, come on. Nobody does a drop kick in today's day and age at the time. Nobody pulled of all people to have Doug Flutie do it. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it's the most Falcons thing ever, though, to bring in Bill Belichick and win a Super Bowl with them after losing that comeback back in 2016. So I just think it'd be really funny. My other thing I was saying before, Bill could just retire, stay in Nantucket, sit on a recliner, point at the screen, say, hey. Look at that.
Him and his dog could watch film for hours and nobody bothered them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure, didn't his dog draft for him? Not draft for him, but like he was in the chair.
He's in the chair.
Listen, guys, next year for the Belly Up Fantasy Sports Draft, at one point on the screen, you're just going to see Ghost sitting there in my chair drafting for me.
I mean, we did that this year. We were taking so long to get through the picks. We just put our dogs on the screen.
Dude, last year I texted Josh. I'm like, dude, I gotta go load my truck up. I gotta be out of here in an hour. So I just walked off camera and exited the thing. I just drafted from my phone.
Yeah, I think I walked away for like 4 hours and we weren't even like up to pick yet or some shit like that.
No, we had our last draft pick. I was just getting to my cousin's house in Foxborough. Like, literally, I just pulled in. It's a 2-hour drive from my house. I had loaded up my truck, showered, ate lunch, drove, stopped to get gas, drove again, unpacked my truck, and was walking into a bar when I picked the last pick.
Would you take?
By the way, there's a reason the NASCAR guys ended
We
up
picked
winning.
Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, there's a reason the NASCAR guys ended up winning the Belly Up League is because they're the only ones used to watching 6-hour events.
Yeah,
The rest of us
exactly.
are like, we can give
Yeah.
you 3.
Yeah,
We're not
and
giving you
here's the thing: give them a minute 20. This is my biggest thing. So like my personal league draft, which is why I used to have that big trophy back there, but I lost this year. Fucking got mollywopped by fucking McCaffrey. That being said, I will say this: we have a minute 30 to draft. You got a minute 30. You miss it, it's auto drafted. It's hilarious. We bang out a 12-round draft in maybe an hour and 20 if we're goofing around. And we've all been friends since fucking high school, so this shit's easy.
Yeah. We did 45-second drafts, DJ and I, one year.
Oh man, the
That's
quicker the
fucking
better.
brutal. I did a minute draft once. I was like, I made a couple bad picks. They ended up being great, but like I drafted out. I wanted I think it was 17. I wanted Alvin Kamara. No, I didn't want Alvin Kamara. I wanted one of the other rookie running backs. And I accidentally drafted Kamara, and he ended up getting me to the playoffs. So.
Dude, I forget what it was that year, but I had a pick that it got auto picked for me because I lost internet. I've never been I've never found the value of having quality internet as far as for drafting fantasy football until that moment. And then I was like,
happened in a Madden franchise. We were in like season 12. It was all like make believe makeup players at this point. I think the last player in the league was like Kyler Murray, who was like 41, and my internet goes out because we had a fucking hurricane. So they auto drafted a quarterback who was this 5'11" skinny white boy from Oregon. Ended up winning me 2 Super Bowls. So I was like, whatever. Yeah. But dude, my internet kicked. Like I lost internet for a week and a half, and I literally had to auto draft that pick. It was crazy. But any other thoughts on Belichick? We'll kind of roll quickly through the other news we happened since the Tuesday show.
I just want to go back to Chris's point about him retiring to Foxborough. The only problem is, I guess you said Lancaster, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's not happening. Dude wants he's petty. He wants the record. He needs 9 wins, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. 9. Yeah, he's going somewhere where he can win, and he probably is going somewhere where he can win in an easy division. Those are the two considerations. That's why I don't think he goes to the Chargers either. He doesn't want to win.
I was just gonna say with Bill, I just wish he was also in Madden. I'm sick of these freaking generic coaches they keep putting for the Patriots. Like, who the hell is Chad Masters?
Yeah. You respect Chad Masters.
Dude, I'm sick of Chad Masters.
6-time Super Bowl champion, genuine Adonis at his fucking Chad Masters.
Dude, I'll tell you one thing though. I did get drafted to the Patriots one year. I did like one of those my player things, and usually like you create like a quarterback or running back, even like a wide receiver. Now I made a left tackle. I was the best left tackle in the league.
Why? What?
I create linebackers very often. And
I like doing edge rushers, like left like the ends at left. So like my career in NCAA 14, I had a defensive end for Miami. That shit was fun as fuck.
Can that be the next?
Bring back the game.
NCAA and the lack of the 24 trailer.
Yeah, right, bro. Fuck the NCAA, man. Like that was bullshit.
I've never been so disappointed in my life.
I have. It's called this year's Philadelphia Eagles back end of the season.
I stand by what I said. I've never been so disappointed in my life. Actually,
the one on.
Of course, the soccer fan says kicker all the time.
We can't do kickers anymore. Take the kickers out of Madden options.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Okay, now I said the dude's name wrong, dude. No, his name's Griffin Murphy. There's like 3 different Griffin Murphys.
Big difference.
It was Masters one year though.
It was Chad Masters one year. Even better is when they couldn't put Barry Bonds in MLB The Show or MLB 2K. So you had one year was like Willie Robinson or like Jack Wilson and these dudes were like fucking Zeus. Just
you remember Michael Jordan did that too, right? Like
Michael Jordan was not allowed in any video game from 2003 through 2011.
Yeah, and you guys know why, right? Just like why Bill Belichick's not included.
Because he wasn't part of the players union, right?
Because he opts out. So he opts out.
But then NBA 2K11 comes in and they Jordan the whole fucking thing up.
Because he agreed to a likeness deal with him. Mm-hmm. And Barry Bonds, the same thing. He opted out of the player union option. And that's why he was not in any game after
one time I was playing the Madden thing and they popped up and it was like like Chris said, it was some random name for Belichick, but I was like looking at it, I was like, nope, that's definitely Dennis Allen. That is 1,000% Dennis Allen just called like John fucking Jacob.
Anybody else like really confused why the fuck Dennis Allen hasn't been fired yet?
I don't understand it. I just
bring
maybe that's why he's gonna go to the Falcons because he's like, oh, I got Dennis Allen fucking down there. Yeah, it'll be fine.
No, it's because he has Jameis and Derek Carr as his quarterbacks. I don't know anybody who has a good chance of winning a game with those two guys.
You know what? Maybe he is going to go to Atlanta. You got Dennis Allen coaching the Saints. You got Todd Bowles coaching the Bucks, and then whoever comes in with the Panthers is going to easily need 3 to 4 years just to even think about turning that thing around. So yeah, maybe he doesn't go to Atlanta.
It's going to be some rookie that the owner can push around. That's exactly what's going to happen in Carolina.
I heard they were going to call Ben Johnson from the Eagles.
I don't think Ben Johnson takes.
Ben Johnson.
I think
Brian
Ben Johnson will. Well, the thing is, no, Brian Johnson. I think Brian Johnson will not be a Eagles coaching staff next year because some team is going to either offer him a ridiculous offensive coordinator contract, or they're going to offer him like a head coaching job, like where like the GM has total control.
So
yeah,
the
like
Panthers.
So there you go. So Saban and Mike Ditka can take over as the coordinators. Boom, problem solved.
Saban doesn't want to be a coordinator, man. He's been at the pinnacle. He doesn't care about NFL football.
I like how we're focusing on Saban, but we're not talking about like Mike Ditka.
Oh yeah.
You got to understand. This is like the language of Chris. You have to acknowledge the answer that's so out of left field that you have to look for the next craziest answer. That's the one you get him for.
And then you agree with him, and then he's like, all right, now that you think this is a good idea, Venmo me $10,000 so I can get this idea afloat.
Yo, Kelsey, Venmo me $10,000 or the Cowboys won't win this weekend.
All right, cool. So you're gonna Venmo me $10,000?
And you're giving him a bonus. His misery ends.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my fault. Okay, Cowboys. Okay. Shit. Okay, I'm
you watch Mike McCarthy get fired after losing to the Packers. Make my day, please.
Didn't he just have surgery or something recently?
Do what?
Didn't he just have surgery recently or something like that?
Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, something like that. I thought I heard I gotta look this up. I thought I heard a report of him having like recent surgery and he wasn't gonna coach like a recent game. I don't. Let me just double check my facts here.
Appendix on December
surgery. 10th. That was a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, it was the Eagles game.
Yeah, that was the Eagles game.
I am not betting 10 cents, McCarthy, and it's not happening.
Let's go. Let's go.
As it is, all of these guys in this show actually owe me an apology. Actually, no, you don't, Matt. You weren't here. Actually, no, you were. You all owe me a single apology.
You owe me an apology.
No,
Wayne.
You don't owe God. No, you get out of here with that BS. No,
I'll go so far
one
back.
of you owe me for the college football playoffs, though. Everybody said Washington's going to get washed. But guess what? And then
I picked Washington.
Michigan was going to get washed by Bama. And guess what? They went in Natty.
They didn't play.
I was trying to tell him that I agreed with you all along. You know, I was trying to convince him behind the scenes, of course. You know,
that why you picked Bama?
I was actually going to text you on the side saying I agree with you, but I was like,
you still picked Bama.
Yeah.
I only picked Bama because Kevin talked me into it.
Yeah, and I always listen to Jared, so I picked Bama.
I don't remember my reasoning.
Oh no, I was talking to my boy the other day, and I was like, my boy, it was my boss. He said to me, he goes, "What do you think of the game?" I'm like, Michigan just looked out physical the entire fucking ball game. It was hard to watch, man. It reminded me of that Cam Newton versus Oregon game back in 2011 where like Fairley and the boys just mollywopped the piss out of them. Yeah. And like they stayed in the game, but it was just like you knew this was a matter of time before the floodgates opened.
I mean, it was a close game, but yeah, it was like anything Cam wanted, he got.
Yeah, and then they had who's the Michael Dyer was the running back, right?
Yep.
How do I fucking remember that?
Dude that got high on nutmeg.
Fuck yeah.
Dude got busted. Actually, he got busted for having synth multiple times.
Oh my god, dude! You used to smoke that after practice on my school like all the time. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
because they'd be getting like, "Yo, we're smoking." I'm like, "Yo, I know that shit ain't bud. Get the fuck out of here. I know what that smells like."
That was synth.
It was synth. One time, our starting left tackle got busted with synth, and me and one of the other edge rushers were walking by. We were laughing our ass off because the coaches caught him. And even the coach is like, "You smoking skunk shit? The fuck are you smoking right now?" Because the coach was like 26 years old, and he just looks at one of our left tackles and goes, "What are you fucking smoking?" Because the thing is, they used to drug test some of our starters at varsity, so it was like,
oh, I mean, we used to get drug tested every week.
Yeah, we only got the ones who were suspected. So like, when I smoked, nobody gave a shit.
It was like, Alabama. Everybody was suspected.
Oh, see, the thing is, like, I think it was my junior year is when, like, the first 1 or 2 times I did it was like I was laughing. I was like, I think one time I stuck some booze in the class once. I drank it. I was drinking in class, and then we had a drug test. I was like, can they test for alcohol? My teammate, who was one of the fullbacks, looked at me and goes, "You dipshit! They're not gonna like test the starting edge rush, the starting left end on the JV team. You're fine."
Yeah, no, we got tested from literally the moment we were in high school until we finished every week.
Yeah, I only got drug tested once in my entire life, and that was working for Kmart.
Bro.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is the other half of the High-Low Sports crew, the Hunter Renfro stunt double, the Colts fan, and C3PO's body double. He's the Neuralink 2.0. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Stewart.
C3PO body double. I mean, I know I'm kind of a machine, but take it easy with that now. Like, I got at least 30 pounds of width on C3PO.
You also have a matching arm.
Both of mine are actually attached and not prosthetically.
We don't acknowledge the sequels. They don't count.
Yeah, DJ, congrats on your minor league contract with the Mets.
Well earned and deserved.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll be playing in the majors by midseason next year.
I hear David Stearns isn't too keen on adding a DH because they got you. So I'm expecting 30 bombs.
Go for 35. I'm feeling frisky.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, he's saying fuck it. We're swinging for the fence every at bat.
Don't pick the batting average, though. I'm warning you now. Take the under on that.
He's going to be looking like Charlie Day after 40 beers.
I'll be
that's me.
I'm going to change Chris's profile picture of my phone to Charlie Day in the baseball episode.
That's what everybody says, too.
I need Chris to have the board, though. Like, if he's going to be Charlie Day, I need him to have the board.
The Pepe Silva board?
Yes.
Well, listen, as Chris
everything.
As Chris at his house develops his studio area, I think maybe a little Pepe Silva board about how everything's a conspiracy theory in sports might be a good thing for his background.
How this man lost all of his because of that one single Tulane bet.
Yeah, how his entire rookie season with Quarterbooth was destroyed because of Tulane.
Yeah.
Because
he did to me one time.
At one point, he was in second place ahead of me, and then I went on the hot streak of biblical proportions. It went from being 15 down to Matt to being 5 down at the end of the season.
It was the greatest week of my life. Everything was going well for me. I got a promotion that week. I was second in the six-pack standings. Honestly, that was it. That was going on for me that week. But that week, I don't know what happened that week, but it was just glorious. And then Jarrett just hit a perfect week twice in a row, and I felt
that was
hard
the next
again.
week I came back on the show, and you were like, "I will never pick the same as Kelsey," and you
Yeah.
picked every opposite pick and got them all wrong.
Yeah, I'm still in the top 3 though, so that's pretty big.
Yeah, that Mason guy just kind of stopped making picks. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
This man is the sharpest shovel in a shovel holder for one.
Yo, I think my favorite part about this whole fucking shit is that, like, legitimately, like, last year I choked away a top overall, like, I like choked away an overall top seed, but like, I also love how I was running away with my 2 pick'em pools and for work for Craft Brew and then for also my work pool. I forgot to make picks back-to-back weeks while I was sick, and just went from 1st to 10th in Craft Brew out of like 30 people, and it went from 1st to 4th. And I was like, fuck, I was running away with that shit.
Like I was saying, dude, joke's on you guys, dude, but I'm tanking for Caleb Williams.
I don't think that's how this works, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, listen, let the kid dream. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That being said, Deej, we kind of talked about Belichick for in nauseam while you were gone. Any thoughts on old Billy B taking the hike?
I mean, it's cool. He'll find a job somewhere. My biggest problem is Pete Carroll in Seattle probably thought they're going to have this whole week to themselves. They're like, all right, we're going to let Pete get a send-off, get his moment. Then you have Nick Saban and Bill Belichick. Like, Seattle just can't catch a break. It's
Also, Mike fucking Vrabel, too.
Vrabel, too. Like, once again, Seattle gets its thunder stolen right in front of us. I just can't believe it.
Yeah. And, well, I also got a bone to pick with Chris on the whole Pete Carroll thing. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this to get brought up. Chris, in today's little rundown, said Pete Carroll is fired. My God, man. This man is not fired. This man chose to walk away and did not get pushed out.
He'd rather chew bubble gum than get chewed out. So
he's still going to be a GM. The dude's still going to be a GM in charge of player personnel. He's okay.
So he's fired.
No, he still works with Seattle.
Technically got promoted.
Chris, an advisor.
So wait, so is he still working in the same position as he was this past year?
Oh my God! If you get a promotion,
then he's fired.
Do you get fired if you get a promotion?
No, stop, Chris. You go away now.
The man
5-second timeout.
The best thing of his life included a promotion. He's like, wait, but if you're not in the same position, you got fired. No, Chris, that's not how this works.
Chris, when I went from inside sales for one location to national inside sales for the whole company, I got fired, right?
Yes.
Totally fired.
I mean,
totally fired.
Oh my God.
But then now you're in another position, so you're promoted.
Are you the same person that's gonna marry a woman and you'll make fun of her when she becomes her fiance for being your ex-girlfriend? Is that what's gonna happen?
That is definitely.
Yeah,
that is
definitely that's probably gonna happen.
I didn't think of that.
You're predicting my life.
I did not. Okay,
right now.
In my defense,
Chris is gonna get fucking hit. He's gonna say in his wedding, in his speech, he goes, "Yeah, I gotta try to give a shout out to my ex-fiance." Everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend, my ex-fiance. Such a great gal.
And Chris will be like, "Soon to be ex-wife." Just kidding.
Oh my God.
My first wife.
My speech will be horrendous.
Wives 3 through 4 will come later.
Just forever, just gonna refer to her as your first wife,
or all at once.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have like a Phillip Rivers football team worth of wives.
My favorite thing was
wives.
My cousins like to bust my chops. Listen, my cousins like to bust my chops. I'm like one of 9 cousins, right? And my cousins all like to bust my chops because, to quote my sister, my type is hot and crazy when it comes to women. Like, they need, and Matt can attest to this because he's known me for a decade. If they're not like scaring the shit out of me, but also like, I'm like, oh my God, you're fucking gorgeous, it doesn't work for me. So
they're north of the Mendoza line for you.
Oh no, I'm jumping rope with that bitch.
Yeah, I think my type just gets cut. The just crazy part is all that's included. That's all.
See, no, like the thing is, because I'm fucking insane. So if they're not crazy, what's the fucking point?
It's not as fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like Kelsey's like, why are you changing the oil on your monster of a truck right before you host 2 shows? I'm like, and then just worked an 8-hour shift. Fuck it, why not?
Bro? Like, we need to talk. Like, we need to have a conversation.
I also me and Matt and Chris also had a 10-minute pre-show meeting before this happened too. So like, at this point, like, I also was on a show Tuesday and hosted a show Monday. Yesterday, I was doing all prep work for this show and for cleanup for yesterday's. I'm gonna sit down on my couch on a Friday. I'm gonna smoke a cigar and just start playing guitar for 2 hours and let nobody talk to me.
That's
that sounds like a normal Friday night for me. Minus the cigar.
Well, I'm just learning to play. Apparently, I'm very good at the plucking and the string and the strumming and stuff like that. It's learning the notes I'm starting to get. It's just a lot of memorization, and that takes time and possibly shock therapy.
You need a drummer. I'm pretty good. You should have seen me in Rock Band.
I feel like you're like Animal from the Muppets, just like fucking slamming shit around.
Yeah, just screaming.
And just like jumping into fucking pillars and shit like a fucking psychopath.
Oh yeah.
Part of me feels like Chris is legit an actual good drummer for some reason.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like busting the shots. But I feel like this kid's gonna step in and be like fucking Neil Peart going.
Yeah, the dude probably has secret rhythm that he just hides from all of us.
Oh,
I mean, to be able to operate as a blackout Chrissy, I mean, I guess you got to have some sort of coordination there.
Yeah,
See, the
dude.
thing is, in a corner booth band, I feel like Matt would be an amazing bassist because he's so fucking mellow.
Matt's the lead singer, guaranteed lead singer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be singing the blues or something nice and chill. I'm gonna be like Santana. It just doesn't sing. Just
Yeah,
plays
like
guitar.
he's gonna be like the one like all the chicks love, and then there's gonna be me, the one who they think's like a hard drug addict, and like gets into like, all like the shenanigans.
No, ladies, he's
He's
naturally
up
that
till 4 or
insane.
5 in the morning.
All right.
So what do you're Tommy Lee or whatever his name is, and I'll be like Axl Rose minus the drugs.
Yeah,
No,
you know exactly.
Mick Mars? No, wait.
You'll just
no.
be Slash. You'll be the bassist version of Slash.
All right.
You just have to wear a big
He's
top hat.
dropped a new song, actually. It's actually pretty good. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a special elongated edition of America's favorite segment. Brought to you by the amazing people at candidates.com. Promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off your initial purchase at checkout. Do not laugh at me for saying elongated.
Not mature
Amazing
enough.
company, multiple flavors. They even have a Dr. Pepper flavor now. Like, holy fuck, guys.
What?
All right. They do. I believe they do. It's called Dr. Lip Balmer, which is awesome.
Mm.
Ladies and gentlemen, official sponsor of Belly Up Sports, the Corner Booth Podcast, and the Six Pack. Let's get it going. Wild Card Weekend Edition. So this is going to be a little different this time. We're not only going to pick the games, we're going to break down the games. Because not only we have literally, I'd say about 40 minutes to do this. So fuck it. Let's roll. We're doing it live. That being said,
This man is going straight into the next show on a high.
oh no, are you kidding me? I'm taking 20 minutes to shit, eat, and go back.
Damn,
I don't think you're gonna make
You're gonna
it.
eat on the toilet.
you're gonna eat on the shitter.
Yeah.
Sounds like an elongated sickness coming your way.
Oh, what are you eating on the shitter?
Josh, if you need somebody, call Chris.
He's
Yeah,
having,
dude,
he's
tell me
having a
about
He's gonna be having a mudslide.
No. Listen, there was one time though I
Whatever.
returned like 15 work emails while on the shitter once. That was hilarious. My boss calls me like, "Dude, you're on fire right now. I just like 6 emails go through. What'd you do?" I'm like, JP, can you call me back like 20 minutes? I'm in the middle of something. He goes, "Are you in the fucking can?" I'm like,
You know, low key,
Yeah.
that's the worst feeling is when you go to the bathroom at work and everybody knows, like, there's like, they see you walk to the bathroom and then you get emails as you're responding to other emails.
"Oh, my
And you
favorite."
get an email from somebody you sent here,
coworker
and you
called me.
respond to it, and then you walk back out and they're like, you sent that email while you were on the toilet, didn't you? Hey,
I had a customer call me on the crapper. I'm like, "Come on, man!"
On the porcelain throne, wait your turn.
And I've been waiting for this guy to call me back for a fucking month because like a $10,000 contract. It's like, come on!
Whenever
Hey,
I'm teleworking and
$10,000.
I gotta use the bathroom, I always take my work phone with me just in case somebody like reaches out to me. But I always have that fear that I'm gonna get
I
that
have my
Microsoft
fucking
Teams
headset
call.
on while I'm in there. I'm just like,
Oh, dude, I got no shame, dude. If I get a FaceTime call on the crapper,
I'm gonna always like inspect before I FaceTime you now. You got me warned.
yeah. Now you're gonna call me next time. I'll make sure I'm on the crapper.
Okay, no, I gotta throw one dude under the bus quick because we talked with Nick Saban actually retired this week, right? So I get a call from a very angry Alabama fan screaming into his cell phone at 5 o'clock on a fucking Tuesday. I'm in the can at the gym getting ready to lift, and all I hear is I see Kevin Langley call me. I'm like, "Kev, what?" And he goes, "I'm about to kill myself." I'm like, "What are you screaming about?" He goes, "Fuck!" He's just, oh my god, I was crying. I could not believe this
Dude.
kid.
What
Oh,
a day for him! Nick Saban retires and then Bill Belichick leaves the next day.
Belichick
man.
he's happy about that one. That's different.
Yeah, everybody. I know.
The amount of championships he's had in his life. Oh
Yeah, that's
man,
cool.
it's
That's just
almost
a complaint about
contrived.
nothing.
Also, you gotta forget. Remember, Boston Celtics and Boston Bruins.
Yeah, he
I-
doesn't get to complain about nothing.
like my first thought was I kind of almost feel bad for Kev. And then I thought about how many championship experiences he's
I
had.
just
in his life.
don't.
And I'm like, no, dude, screw you. And how many times he's gotten to celebrate an Iron Bowl victory in his life? And I'm like, nope, don't care anymore. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, this is why when my Birds won a couple years ago and everyone was giving my mother's like, are you feel bad laying on? I'm like, the amount of shit I got my entire childhood for my
Okay.
Eagles having no Super Bowls, I am going after people. I'm taking fucking names.
See, now when the Cowboys win,
Oh my
better
God.
believe I'm not giving
Well,
anybody
when the Cowboys win, we're gonna have nuclear war breakout, a civil
I
war
don't
will
care. When the
happen,
Cowboys win the Super Bowl, I might literally just shit on everybody at that point in time.
Armageddon will commence. I feel
Cowboys
like.
win, Yankees and Lakers fans are gonna be ecstatic.
Oh Oh my god.
Oh
So
my
is it
God.
okay? So is it really bad? I have a buddy of mine. I love the kid to death, but he's a Yankees fan, a Cowboys fan. He's a Celtics fan. It's one redeeming quality. It's not like Lakers.
Hold on. How is he a Lakers and a Celtics fan? Oh wait, no, he's not
Lakers fan. He's not a Lakers fan. He's a Cowboys, Celtics, and Yankees fan. He's from Connecticut.
Is he also an Alabama fan?
No, he's
You're gonna say Miami or Ohio State, aren't you?
no.
Michigan.
No.
Dominion.
It's a big program, but they're not that good.
No, it's not James Madison.
Is it Miami?
Is it Penn?
I'm gonna hit you, Chris.
Florida.
No, it's like
USC.
fuck. I think it's like no.
Is it Miami?
Duke.
Virginia.
It's Duke.
Temple.
Duke.
Oh, Duke.
Duke's for everything.
No.
God, that was like my
This
12th
man's not your
guess.
friend anymore. This man's your punching bag, right?
Well, no, me. Well, we hang out a lot. He's my golf buddy. He's a good dude. But
He's
he's
a
like
big-
one of those guys. He also looks like Gordon Hayward's body double, which is hilarious.
Ah,
You
Including
know
Brett
exactly what I'm talking about, Maddie.
I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
As
Matt,
soon as you
you
took
took my
Gordon
house
Hayward,
party
it's
at
like,
your house.
ah.
Important
Yeah, as soon as
question.
you say, yeah,
Do you
It's like I
fleece
said
him on the
Duke
golf
and
course?
Cowboys. You knew exactly what I was talking about.
yeah.
Do you fleece him on the golf course for money? Because if not, you are screwing up.
Well, the thing is, he's been playing golf for a decade longer than I have. I will outdrive him though, even though he's a foot taller.
You're a salesperson now. You go golfing during your lunch breaks, and for lunch breaks,
Yeah.
I mean 4 hours.
You
Oh,
gotta
you're
be like
fine.
Jim Halpert and get the sale on the golf course.
Dude,
Let me hit my quarterly goals. I'll start playing golf every fucking week. I don't care.
If Jared's boss is watching, though, he's not doing that. I'm just kidding.
Are you kidding me? When my next time when my direct supervisor comes up in the spring, I'll take him golfing on our lunch break. We'll just be gone for 4 hours.
I mean, one of my clients literally puts on a TV show that's all about golf, so I can't really say anything about going golfing during work hours.
My favorite was when my favorite work hours excuse, and we'll talk about Texans Browns in a second, was when I was at New York Life, me and my mentor were we decided we were gonna take a day to go play at a golf tournament in like Saxon Hills, like New York, which by the way is like one of Trump's golf course, like one of the nice ones that like all the prissy people play at. And it's like in the second richest town in the Northeast. And we're just sitting there playing, and my boss is calling me. He goes, "Hey, I told Kyle, who's my directing director at the time. He goes, I told him this was for you and Ray to get customers. I'm like, I want names, I want clients, and I'm like, okay. And I click the phone, and my guy goes, that was that Ian. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, we ain't doing shit today. By the way, Ian also looked like he was Chris's cousin. That's why when I met Chris first, I was like, holy fuck, you look really familiar. Imagine Chris, but 5 inches shorter with a slicked back, like kind of.
Chris, how tall are you?
6'2", 250.
Okay, so we're talking like 5'10", about $1.75.
No,
Wait,
Chris
hold on,
is
no,
five.
Chris
Chris
is
is
not
5'10".
6'2".
Chris is 5'10".
Hold on. No, there's no way I could see Chris being at that tall.
You could have got us to
Chris
6'2". As soon
is
as you
like
said
literally
250,
like an
that's
inch short.
when I
Like
was
the
like,
tallest one I have is Matt, who's like Matt's like just over 6 foot, right?
Yeah, I have that.
I'm just creeping up to 6 feet.
with
Oh,
or
I
without?
put a-
I'm 5'11" on the fucking nail, and Chris is like 5'10" on the nose.
Yeah, 6'3" at heart. But I do the thing where I put.
He put
you know,
6'5" on his Twitter account, on his
I
Tinder account.
measure myself on my wall. I'll put like a little dash, and then each year I'll see how tall I grew. I haven't grown in like 5 years.
Do you also put high heels on when you do that?
Yes. Yes.
Elevator shoes,
Yes.
baby.
Next year is the stilettos. The reason
Yeah.
why he's actually been performing on the show so well and why he cares so much about his bets, he's trying to buy red bottoms.
Not the
All
bloody
right,
shoes.
we gotta talk about this fucking football game. So
This is the only one that enjoyed that. I'm sorry. Like that was fantastic. Thank you, Chris.
Anytime, man.
we do have to talk about this game though. So it's Browns Texans.
Jeez.
If you told me this was gonna be one of the matchups this week, I would be like, what? You tell me also Joe Flacco?
That's
The story writes itself, right? But at the same time, you got Denzel Ward is going to play, but he's questionable, and then you have I don't know. The problem is if the Texans had Tank Dell, I'd be like, no brainer. Texans are winning this thing. They don't have enough bodies to cover. Texans have been kind of squeaking by in the last couple of games, man. Like, I don't know. I'm going last year. remember, you can actually say, you don't have to just pick your team and go. You can actually give an explanation here. So, Maddie, I'll start with you. By the way, the new rules for the 6-pack before Matt goes, wins are worth double. Upsets are worth 3. And if there's no more like gimmies. So if you blow a gimme, it doesn't count. But if you pick a team that's favored and they lose by what? So like, let's say they're -5. Let's say they're -5 and they lose by 5. You get minus a point. So if the Bills get beat by 10, you lose a point.
So a reverse coverage?
Yeah, reverse coverage docks you a point. But if they
Okay.
win, you get a point, and when you get 2 points. And if it's an upset in the playoffs, you get 3 points. And that is how we are going to figure out if Matt can hold off me and Chris, well, mostly me, in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm not in this competition anymore. I'm already looking. I might take like a trip.
Well, Chris, technically, if you go like
Right.
90% in the playoffs, you could win, and me and Matt fuck up once or twice.
Yeah, no, I'm still that's probably not going to happen. So I'm still going to take that trip. I'm actually going to look for a couple flights right now. See where I can go.
Cancun and Chris.
Hey, if you go to
All right.
Cancun, make sure you pick up some surf and burrito.
Cancun.
Yeah.
And also remember, Chris,
Just don't
alleys
put me
are
up
not back alleys are not your friend in Cancun. All right,
No, they're perfectly his friend. That's
yeah,
where ATMs
until
are.
he's got an AK-47 barrel sticking in his back.
No, you don't
They
worry.
have those in the front
you
streets
don't
and the
know.
alleyways too. They have those everywhere.
Yeah.
They got Uzis on the beach.
Dude, that was wild.
I was scared.
Nah, they're not going to mess with a 6'2", 250 guy.
I'm
As a
6'2",
6'2", much
250.
bigger than 250 guy. They
Yeah,
will mess with a 6'2", 250 guy.
Bro, listen,
I'm-
there was a kid in my high school. He tried to he was trying to barter with some street vendor. Dude stuck an AK in the kid's fucking face. Robbed him of he had like 2 G's in cash on him. Got robbed him blind. He was broke. Well, also, I mean, like in Mexico, cash is king. But anyway, Maddie, Browns Texans. How you feeling about the game right now?
It's going to be a good game. Some random stats that I found about the game. CJ Stroud is the 4th rookie quarterback to face the number 1 defense in the playoffs, and all 3 quarterbacks before him have lost. And Joe Flacco is also on a 5-game streak of 2+ passing touchdowns. Plus, if the Browns win this game, I believe they play the Ravens, and I think the NFL just wants a little Joe Flacco-Baltimore little matchup next week. So I'm going to take the Browns with this one. I think that defense just kind of holds Texans in check, and Joe Flacco can get at least one more magic week in him before he gets the Ravens.
All right, Deej, how you feeling?
I would love to pick the Texans because it'd mirror last year with the Jaguars going from worst to first and winning a playoff game. But I don't think that's going to happen because the Browns are competent enough to be like, hey, Nico Collins doesn't look like a guy getting the ball. You should put somebody on him, as opposed to the culture like, nah, let him run free. And on top of that, Joe Flacco is undefeated in the wild card round. He's 5-0. And Kevin Stefanski's 10-0 against the AFC South. I don't know if that's going to necessarily change in this game, too. I'm going to take the Browns. I think they're going to cover. I think they're probably going to win it relatively comfortably, like 28-17.
All right, Blackout Chrissy.
Dude, like the fact that I get to see my boy Joey fucks Flacco play this weekend, wild card weekend, against them Stroud boys. You best believe I'm taking Flacco. Dog pound, Flacco fucks. This is a Nick Chubb game. This is for Nick Chubb and that fucked up like knee or foot, whatever he's got going on. But anyway,
Everything in his lower leg.
3 touchdowns, 350 passing yards. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to get shit-faced for this game. Go Browns. They're my team if the Eagles shit the bed. Anyway.
The Browns are your team.
You watch.
Way to
deliver today, kid. Chris is coming out swinging a sledgehammer on the first fucking pick. All right, Kelsey, how do you follow that?
I don't know what to say, but I feel like we just all witnessed Goldberg's penis out of the laundry yard. So like that's what this is. Jesus, Chris. You guys took away all my stats, so I don't have any stats to give you. I will throw this out there though. Looking at the injury report, Will Anderson, Noah Brown, Malik Collins, Jonathan Greenard, Sheldon Rankins, Robert Woods, and Andrew Beck were all limited and questionable going into the game. For Cleveland, you're looking at Pierre Strong, Juan Thornhill, Denzel Ward, all questionable. Cedric Tillman, Grant Delpit out, along with Dustin Hopkins out. I like the look of Cleveland, even without the guys that are unquestionables. So give me Cleveland on this one. And by the way, Chris, if you need a place to stay to come watch your new favorite team, the Brownies, let me know. It's about 30 minutes away.
Let's go,
You're
dude.
sleeping on the carpet, though.
Yeah, but Chris, you can't try to
Good
choke
feedback.
him in his sleep for that 1-2 lane pick, okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Okay.
I guess I'm
Anything-
lone wolf in here, man. One fucking reason alone. CJ fucking Stroud. I have been on this kid since March, even though Kelsey swears I'm not. I was a big Will Levis guy because he's a Connecticut boy, but
He admits
CJ
it.
Stroud has always been my number one quarterback in this draft. I thought the Bryce Young pick was a fucking throwaway waste. Honestly, he was my fourth quarterback in the rankings. Just don't kill Kev. That being said, I have been loving the fact because preseason football predictions, Matt and Chris remember this. I said the Texans were going to win at least 8 games, and I'm sitting pretty right now. So, Nico Collins, listen, all those injuries you listed off, by the way, Collins, Bobby Trees, all of them, they're all questionable. They're all limited. They're going to play. It's a playoff
They
game.
didn't
First
beat up
home
until
game the
this
Texans have played since I think Travis Scott entered them for that game. That was the last time they had a home playoff game. This is back in like the sicko mode days. So that being said,
Aaron Foster year?
no, this was
2019.
the Lamar Miller year.
Yeah, 2019, because that was the year that was lost to the Chiefs, but they won in round 1 against the Bills.
Yes.
That's not that long ago.
So that being said, give me
COVID away.
the Texans to win on a last-second drive. Fairbairn is back kicking the football. It's going to come – and also, by the way, no Dustin Hopkins, you said.
You're right.
They're backup kickers in the playoffs.
Wet
A
dream.
little shaky. So give me the Texans to win by a field goal here.
I think you're forgetting Kevin Stefanski plans on not kicking the ball. The man plans on going for it on 4th down. and
I
going
also
for every
am
2
a
points.
Going
Kevin
for two.
Stefanski
This isn't
hater.
wet dream.
Like, you guys forget this. I've shit on him since week 1 of last season.
Trust me, I'm right there with you. I hate Stefanski. I think he's a terrible coach.
I think he
Two-time
relies
Flacco.
too much on running back play and quarterbacks having miracle throws. Also, Amari Cooper has bailed that team out twice now in close game for him
Out of
being
your
an
mind.
all-pro talent.
I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but he's been belling them out along with David Njoku. And you know why they're belling him out?
Cedar Grove's finest, baby.
Because of Chris's boy, Joey. I'm not going to say his middle name, Flacco.
Fox Flacco.
I'm not going there. We're not saying that again. That is not going to be on a t-shirt.
God. If the Browns win, then Wendy's needs to make a Flackinator.
Oh,
There you go.
I had a
That's what I'm
bacon
saying.
today, dude. Good.
If he somehow wins Cleveland the Super Bowl, Wendy's has to make a Flackinator.
Dude, I'm gonna
Guys,
talk
if
to
we
the
have
higher ups.
imagine if we have a
Yeah.
Baltimore Cleveland Super Bowl.
The new Browns versus the old Browns.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. I meant to say Detroit Cleveland Super Bowl.
Mm,
This area would explode.
dude,
Oh,
Goffin
that's
versus
The
Flacco.
Rust Belt would absolutely explode.
Speaking of Rusty,
Flacco. Oh,
Mason Rudolph versus Josh Allen.
The matchup everybody wanted.
oh, it's
All right.
shitty.
Okay, so show of hands. Anybody taking the Steelers?
To cover or to win?
I'm not,
Man,
actually.
we
I'm
dealing
just-
money lines here, my friend.
I'm just
You have -10 on there, so I have to ask.
I do it for other betting purposes, but
If I don't ask, then I can't get yelled at. So you know what bug you do.
fair enough. All right.
to DJ's point, they probably cover the spread because it's like a 17-10 game.
There's
Yeah,
a chance they're going to play in Cleveland because the weather's so bad. So if they do
Bills-
play there,
the Bills offense is. Anybody else notice the Bills offense has been like terrible the last 3 weeks and nobody's talked about it?
So Josh
I
is
noticed.
too busy on the outside having fun. I don't blame him though.
Dating my girl though.
And so say I don't blame him.
Apparently they're engaged, so good for them.
Wait,
Two
what?
great- They're apparently engaged. So
How you holding up,
That's
Jared?
what they're still winning. That's
I'm no
why.
longer-
I'm surviving. Listen, she was
changing my
number
mind.
1, but 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 ain't bad either. So I'm good.
Hey, I'm changing my pick. I'm going with the Still City. I can't.
Oh,
I
no.
can't go for the guy who just wiped up Haley Steinfeld. That can't happen.
It's okay. He gonna get one win because Mike Tomlin is apparently gonna take, according to my boy Frank Mike Smith. Apparently, Mike Tomlin's gonna take a hiatus after the season. So,
Yeah, he's walked the fine line of, hey, I somehow managed to get another winning season out of nowhere. So bye. Like, let me get out while I'm getting.
yeah, he's gonna take like apparently a 2-year sabbatical, according to Frank, and he's gonna come back coach another team. I was like, you know what? Good for Tomlin. Yeah, Mason Rudolph was the worst. Like, Mason Rudolph's decision was just summarizing of how, like, what the fuck happened this season. The only reason the Steelers made the playoffs because Jacksonville literally choked it away, which is hilarious. All right, give me the Bills by 1,000. All right, the Saturday night game. Here we go on Peacock only, right? Oh my god, it's the dumbest fucking decision the NFL could have made. Put this fucking game on Peacock. Nobody cares about this. This game's gonna be over by halftime.
7-0 Zion will be saying.
I'm going with a 3-2 final score in this one, and everybody loses. No, I'm just kidding. Just because it's on Peacock, I want it to happen that way.
Yeah, I want a triple overtime 3-0 game.
Yeah, like this needs to go. Yeah, 3-all. Like you win by a safety.
Fuck Peacock, man.
Like this is so dumb. No, I think honestly, this is probably the one game I can say I think I have a great shot for the underdog to pull this one out. I think the Dolphins have an absolute opportunity here. The biggest part of this that can cause an issue is the weather in Kansas City. Is supposed to be that weird swirling wind, cold, freezing sideways rain that happens at Arrowhead. So that could be miserable for the Dolphins. We all know Tua does not like cold weather. So I don't know if that's a situation there, but I'm still going to ride with it. I think the Dolphins in that run game is something to be to be held, and I think Mike McDonald has. I think he'll figure something out. I don't know what, but he's going to figure something out.
Fair enough.
Have to hold through this one game.
The key is that running back core of too fast, too injured, aka Raheem Mostert, Devin Achane, and Jeff Wilson. If one of those three can get fucking rolling, keep Tua off the field. I mean, keep Mahomes off the field and Tua off his back.
The big question: does Taylor show up to this game?
Oh, she'll be there
because in games at home with Travis, he's better with Taylor there.
She'll be there.
That's the concern.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs here. I hate taking the Chiefs here. I really do. But at the same time, I'm like, I just, the Dolphins to me, they struggle against physical teams. I've said this. The only physical team they beat was Kelsey's Cowboys, and that came down to the final fucking second.
Out here, that team's not physical.
They lost to Philly. They lost to Buffalo. They lost to KC. They almost lost to Las Vegas. They lose to teams who like to punch you. And Kansas City in their stadium, knowing full well they've been hearing all this shit all year, and it's going to be nasty weather. Now, if the weather changes and the weather gets like all kind of cleared up, Dolphins are going to win this game. But the weather is going to be the deciding factor here. And the fact is the Chiefs know how to play in this shit. And I may change my pick by the end of the show. But I'm going with the Chiefs right now. Maddie.
Well, all the stats I have are very much not in favor of the Dolphins, and I am hoping for a massacre for the Dolphins. This is just the one time I just want Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes to just come out and just take care of them and then just be terrible the next week. But the Dolphins have lost 9 straight games in under 40-degree temperature. Tua has lost all 4 night games as an underdog. The Dolphins are also 1-5 against teams in the playoffs. And Mahomes has thrown for 2+ touchdowns in 6 straight playoff games. So I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one, plus the fact, like Kelsey said, the weather is going to be so bad. I don't even think anybody besides Tyreek Hill down in Miami is aware of what under 70 degrees feels like.
Van Ginkel, although I don't know if he plays.
That's fair. But yeah, give me the Chiefs to take this one.
All right.
If this
was out
Tagovailoa, though, it might be a different conversation. He played in Maryland.
Yeah. Is he a lefty too?
No, he's a righty.
No, he's.
Oh man, I hope they draft him and let him sit behind Rodgers. I hate lefties.
Damn.
I just can't figure it out. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. They throw weird.
I'm a lefty. We do throw weird. I can say that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
All right, take it back. I don't hate lefties.
It's a
I just
disability.
have a dislike for them in professional sports because they just look weird to me and I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, we just throw funny. We're odd characters.
Michael Penix, and it actually does look like a normal throw, by the way. It's just so like it looked like he was throwing right-handed. It actually looks normal. It's just because he's lefty, it looks weird.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Chrissy, take your pick, my friend.
I'm taking the Kingdom. Like you guys were saying, it's gonna be fucking cold. It's gonna be cold as shit. I don't know. Dolphins from Miami. I don't know how good they're gonna be playing in the cold. Tyreek Hill. I don't know if Tyreek Hill has played the Chiefs yet, but it could be a little revenge game for him.
He has
but,
2 fumbles.
I'm rocking with the Kingdom.
Yeah, it happened
All
in
right, so I'm
Germany.
rocking
So
with
it
the
may not
Kingdom
count.
still. It's
Yeah,
gonna
it
be
does
loud.
Jacksonville, the international games don't count.
There's at least like a
Yeah,
3 to
give me-
4 month shipping plan until those fumbles.
Deej.
Kingdom.
Well, when you kind of consider it's going to be negative 30 degrees with wind chill, swirling, cold, snowy, rainy, miserable, just looking at it's going to be awful. I think everything kind of goes out the window that you common sense wise. Both teams are kind of reeling coming into the playoffs, you could say. So I think it's going to come down to the X factor, which I think is going to be Chase Claypool. Notice how the Bears were 0-7 with him, and they finished 7-4 without him. The Dolphins were 7-2 when he showed up, and we all know how they finished. So the Chase Claypool factor is a real thing. So give me Kansas City, and not only that, they somehow cover a 4.5 point spread in this by like a 10-3 game. So give me Kansas City because of the Chase Claypool factor.
I'm glad you fixed that because that was concerning that you were saying Chase Claypool was going to be the fact they win. I was
I
shocked.
didn't say it'd be the fact they win. I said it'd be the X factor. I just didn't say who it'd be for. Had you in the first half there, didn't you?
You know what's funny though? Watch Chase Claypool be the reason that I'm right and Dolphins win.
Well, then we both are gonna get. Then we both are right on this one. So
You get a half a point, I get the full point.
And then we're gonna get a text on like Sunday saying I was so right. I'm gonna be like, but what about Tulane? And then we'll be back here next week arguing.
No.
Man,
Tua-
conspiracy theory
Week
board.
in a row.
He can put another pin up there now, and he can add another line.
Yeah.
All right. Kels, time to rip the Band-Aid off for you.
It's strength versus strength, right? Packers receiving core versus the Cowboys secondary. The biggest difference here, Micah Parsons, that front line defensively for the Cowboys is much better than the offensive line is for the Packers. And I feel bad for Jordan Love because he has had a hell of a second half of the season. But I think the Cowboys here pull this one off for Mike McCarthy, get a little revenge in their own right. And that hurts me to say that because I'm fully expecting them to blow this one. So give me Cowboys.
I'm going with the Cowboys as well. Also, for the record, Kelsey, I am 3-1 this year picking Dallas. So,
Well, you pick them at home, so you're not wrong.
yeah, they're at home. I think if Jordan Love next year beats the Cowboys at home, Jordan Love this year does not. So give me Dallas to win. It's gonna Packers gonna cover it. Like take the Packers to cover here. This is gonna come down to what's the name of the new kicker who hasn't missed in like a decade?
Brandon Aubrey.
Brandon Aubrey's gonna knock one from like 50 to put him up by 6 or 4 or whatever it's gonna be, and that's gonna ice it. So yeah, give me Cowboys winning by at least 4, but they're not gonna cover. Deej.
You know what's kind of ridiculous? So the Packers have 17 players on the roster that were born after the year 2000. They got 17 Chris age motherfuckers on that damn team, or younger.
They have 17 guys who have never seen the Cowboys be successful in the playoffs.
I wasn't alive. I was just told about it.
He gets it. So that being said, I'm going to use Kelsey's favorite analogy is they are too young and dumb to know better. I'm going to take the Packers to pull off an upset. I think the Cowboys are going to finally have that loss at home too. So I'm going to take the Packers to win by 3. And for some reason, the Packers are always a thorn in the Cowboys' side.
Always.
Maddie.
I'm looking at one thing that's popping out to me is that the Cowboys are 10-1 as favorites and they're 8-0 at home this season. This is also a game where Mike McCarthy knows if he loses this one, Jerry Jones is probably going to fire him. And I'm pretty sure, as much as he loves Packers, I'm pretty sure he would love to get a win over his old team. in the playoffs, especially. So I'm going to take the Cowboys on this one. There's just a lot more riding on the line, I believe, for them.
Please fire Captain Bud Aid. You guys don't remember as his pep, or I don't know. Anyway, speech to the team to get over the losses they had a couple years back. He gave Bud Aid, which is only available at Walgreens, to every single player.
Nice. That's a good space
For hemorrhoid.
I like them over CVS.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Chipotle cure too, but that's neither here nor there.
Only for hemorrhoids, supposedly. I mean, it's also so cheap. I would be afraid to put it on my body, thinking it's acetone.
Kels, you picked, right?
Chris. Yep. Chris is the only one that has picked.
Mr. Finish up.
I would only pick the Packers if Aaron Rodgers was the QB, because I know, he's a wheel and dealer in the playoffs. And last time they played, I'm pretty sure the Packers beat the Cowboys. But Love doesn't have the experience, so I'm gonna roll with the Cowboys. They've been hot at home. I hate picking them, but it's I do think they win this weekend.
I have a question for you guys about this, actually, because Chris makes a good point. He brings up Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Is it possible the Packers have are now with the third straight quarterback that is potentially great? Is it possible that if let's say Jordan Love can pull off this victory over the Cowboys and maybe they make a second victory, does he immediately become anointed as the next great one for Green Bay?
Yeah, but also remember Aaron Rodgers' first playoff game, he got killed, but he got picked off by Darnell Dockett.
Yep.
And Carlos Dansby. Yeah, everyone remember that Cardinals game. So I think Love is the answer. I think it's just like Rodgers, where it's gonna be a rough first season as a starter.
That's fair. I'm just curious because that's been I haven't seen that really bandied about, but I mean with his second half of the season, it's hard not to think about it.
He's ahead.
It's going to be a close fucking game, and a close game will get the optimism up. If they get smoked by Dallas, then it's like I don't know.
That's fair.
But all right, the Matt Stafford Bowl, the game that actually everyone wants to watch, Sunday Night Football, Lions Rams. I'm picking the Lions for 3 reasons. One, that receiving core can score on command. They move the ball, and apparently Laporta's playing. So that's the other news. Because apparently there's no damage to his knee, it's just a bone bruise, which is hilarious to think about. Because when I saw him on the car, I was like, oh, well, season's over. Mm-hmm. But St. Brown, James Williams, Josh Reynolds, they've just DJ Chark. They've had a good season. Like Goff can sling the rock all around the yard, and the best part about the Rams is their best part of their offense is running the ball and ball control. Puka and Kupp kind of making their little underneath crossing routes. I just think it's time for Detroit to get that first home playoff win, and who better to do it against than Matthew fucking Stafford? The Rams, and let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, the Rams kind of eat their way into the playoffs. They clawed, they grinded, they kind of just made their way. But my favorite win of their entire season was Carson Wentz running in for the game-winning touchdown against the 49ers and cementing my perfect week except for the goddamn fucking Washington Huskies. Yeah, that being said, if this game gets into a shootout, because let's be honest, besides the Rams defensive line, that secondary is not elite. It's in a dome where Goff is much superior in a dome than he is outside. I also think I think the NFL also wants to set up a rematch between Cowboys Lions to kind of make up for the call. That being said, give me the Detroit Lions to win over the Rams. I think they will have enough of an answer for Puka and Cooper. And Kyron will have runs, but when they're down, because the Lions can score really fast, it's not going to matter how much you run the ball with Kyron Williams. So give me the Lions to get their win in the Stafford Bowl.
I noticed how you guys take a big drink after that one. That was like on the high wire. I take it that you're super stressed out about making that pick.
No, at this point, I have a feeling I'm going to be buying Matt some stupid Jets jersey again, so I'm kind of accepting it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who I want still.
Snap
decisions.
Well, here's the deal, because we all thought we were going to have Mason here too, so like the whole 130 be covered. Everyone pays $33 in. But now that Mason's out, we kind of just like, all right, the winners is going to have to pay an extra $33. We're not going to make Mason pay out, even though he left midseason.
I should text and be like, "Hey, you still got that $30?"
You should text one of your interns and get him to send you $40.
Oh, what
$43.
the one who is from a very affluent Connecticut neighborhood who told us to fuck off?
Yeah, and who still owes me $10. That's why I said he should give you $43. Send me 10.
All right,
Make it
Maddie.
44 first.
Rams lines.
I don't got the stats I was looking at. They're just so back and forth. There's just nobody's favorite in them. But I mean, really, you're looking at this game. It's Matt Stafford versus old team. It's Jared Goff versus old team. So when you're really breaking it down, I'm looking at who either wants it more or what does this mean more to? And I think this means more to Jared Goff beating the Rams, a team that he took to the Super Bowl and obviously didn't go the way that they planned, but they obviously got rid of him and took Matt Stafford and won a Super Bowl with him. So now he probably wants to take over the Rams. Probably thinks everybody thinks they made a good idea getting rid of him and that he's a piece of crap and everything. So he's been doing really well in Detroit. So I'm going to go with the Lions here. I got nothing else on it besides the fact that I just think this means more to Jared Goff to win than it does for Matt Stafford.
That was cold though. Like nobody cares.
I'm telling you, the NFL wants Cowboys.
I didn't give a shit about him. He got traded. I mean, you got Matt Stafford that it took Jared Goff plus 2 first-round picks to get, which was like, it worked, but it was an overpay. It worked. But if I'm Jared Goff, I'm like, wow, I was worth a fucking 7th rounder in that deal pretty much.
All right, Chrissy, go.
I'm gonna take the Rams. I'm rocking with the staph infection this week. He's gonna be rocking. Back in his old alma mater. He's just gonna be slinging it. Hopefully he gets hurt and then Carson Wentz steps in and
There we go. Now we're talking my fucking language.
What?
Okay. We
What?
need to revoke Chris's permissions of coming on the show sober. He's too crazy. Too crazy.
This is
Honestly,
sober,
dude.
Chris. He's sober. That's what's fucking scary.
We need some alcohol in this man's system now.
Yeah, dude.
All right, Chris. After this pick, I want you to go get a beer so Kelsey feels safer in this room.
I don't feel safe. I feel very creeped out
I
right now.
drank all of it.
I
Wait,
feel like
what?
you're about to reach through the screen and
I'm
grab
out of beer. I gotta get more. I
Do you have
drank all of it.
liquor?
Nah. At my mom's, I do actually. Actually, yeah, I can go down and get a glass. I was gonna bet on some horses. I don't know, dude. I saw this one horse called Sassy Walker. A funny name, but I might throw 10 on it.
Chris, this is why Chris is coming up with great nicknames right now, is he's looking at horse names. We all know those are wild.
Coco's Dream, dude. This is sick.
Jesus Christ. All right. Okay. You're taking the Rams. Okay, moving on. Deej.
If I've learned anything from all these years of watching football, it's that the football gods hate Jared Goff for some damn reason. They just absolutely hate him. So I'm gonna take the Rams. I think Kyren Williams will control the clock because both secondaries suck. I think both teams could put up points at will. So I'm gonna take the Rams in a close one.
I was going to say the same thing about the safeties. Same thing with the secondaries. But the safeties advantage clearly goes to the Lions, who now have a healthy C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Brian Branch, who's actually a very surprisingly decent rookie. But, Kels, finishes strong.
Yeah, so you guys talked all about the stuff on the field. I'm going to talk about the writer's strike. It was a long writer's strike last year. So far this year, we are getting Revenge of the Writers, and they are giving us all the storylines. That means the best storyline is always revenge. Well, it's not revenge for Matthew Stafford. He won a Super Bowl. He got a gift.
Go!
It's revenge for Jared Goff. They want to get that revenge, not just there, but to your point, they want to go Cowboys Lions in the next round and get revenge for the catch no catch. So there's that's to be said. Also, they're building storylines of destiny. Michigan just won a title. This is destiny. It's destiny for Detroit to finally get back to the playoffs. Dan Campbell to lead this team into success. Here you go. Here's your destiny moment. You get to beat the old regime in Matt Stafford to rid the demons of the old Lions regime. And now here you are getting into the second round. So give me the Lions in what is another writer's strike storyline yet again.
There you go. All right. Last but not least, as we finish up the show strong,
Fuck.
Chris.
Fuck.
You cannot guarantee this. I wanted to strangle you on Sunday afternoon.
Dude, I couldn't believe that, dude. I mean, at this point.
All right. I'm going to just say it right now. I live by this team. I die by this team. I love this team more than some of my family members.
Who is North Carolina Tar Heels?
Extended, not immediate. I will live and die by them. There's only 3 teams in this entire world who I literally will like. It'll ruin my day if they lose. That is the Eagles, the Diamondbacks, and the Hurricanes.
Why are you
Timberwolves, the Penguins, or Tar Heels losing? Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Hold on. Why are you a Carolina Hurricanes fan?
No,
Miami.
Carolina Tar Heels.
I know.
Hey, you're an asshole. I know.
I don't
That
even
being
think
said, go fucking Birds. Listen, Sirianni is basically coaching, so everyone stops these Bill Belichick rumors. Listen, Nick, you don't have to win the fucking chip this year. Just get us to San Fran or get us to fucking Dallas for the next rounds, and we'll go from there. Okay? Or, yeah. Seriously, just get us that far. We'll be okay. Actually, no, technically, if Green Bay wins and Philly wins, then Philly would play Detroit and Green Bay would play, oh my God, that'd be a massacre. 49ers, Green Bay, Christ.
No, Philly would play the Packers. No, I guess they would.
Lowest seed plays the highest seed. Yeah.
I keep thinking they're NFC East champions, not.
Yeah, no, we're wild jump champions because we can't close out a fucking game against the goddamn Cardinals. All right,
the game before that.
Yeah, thanks for. Remember, I know my December fucking sucked. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway,
December ends.
Facts. But yeah, give me the fucking Birds, Chrissy.
Ugh, fuck.
Just do it.
This team's been fucking scaring me, dude.
Believe, motherfucker.
I have. It doesn't
matter.
Believe harder.
It's not registering.
To quote the great Darius Slay, 0-0. That's our record.
That's the same fucking guy who said I had a great game and let up like 150 yards against CeeDee Lamb. I hate
that man. Always had a great game.
If I could play devil's advocate for you, I've been believing for 20-something years, and look where I am.
You are a New York sports fan. You do that to yourself.
It's not always on the other side when you believe.
Well, you have Woody Johnson as an owner, so
yeah, it's never going away.
I'm taking the Birds. If the Birds win next week, Jared, I'll wear that Viking helmet.
Say it loud, say it proud, motherfucker.
Shit. All right.
Raptors.
He's clear, sir.
Sorry. Wow, I've never been on stage before. This is crazy. Go fucking Birds!
There we go.
Sorry, Mom.
I feel it. All
Not
right.
my mom.
It's
my fault.
All right, Deej.
Chelsea said hi. Sorry.
I did not cost their money in the Tulane game.
Yeah, too late. We'll get that money back soon.
Sorry. Oh, meatloaf.
Oh, the meatloaf!
There we go.
Oh, dude, I'm getting grounded, dude. I don't even live here anymore.
Sure as hell don't anymore.
She's going to open the door and be like, Chris, what the? Pick out your own Switch. And we're going to see Chris get his ass whipped right here and now.
Yo, Kelsey, you got for people who either don't have Southern parents like me or from the South like you got to explain. A Switch is a stick you beat your ass with.
It's the most flexible stick you've ever seen that will not break. And it's also as thick as most people's wrists.
Well, yeah, Adrian Peterson talked about that.
I was going to say, Adrian Peterson has a doctorate in it.
Yes, Adrian Peterson is a perfect example of
himself in the Vikings with that shit.
The thing will whip around you and hit you in the front of the thigh while still equally pelleting the ass of your body. And it hurts. It hurts everything.
Yep.
It hurts left, it hurts right, it hurts front, it hurts center. It might even whip around and hit you in the balls. It's just not fun.
It hurts picking out the Switch, let alone getting hit with the Switch.
I cried the first time
you go to pick it out and you're like, this is going to hurt more. This is going to hurt less. You're like, fuck, I'm losing either way.
Guess what? You go pick 3 more.
Yeah.
You don't pick the right
keep
size
picking
again.
them until one satisfies their feature. All right. Matt, pick Bucks, Birds.
If Eagles win, who do they play next round?
It depends on who loses.
Well, I'm going to pick the Eagles because believe that they are due for a win, obviously. I know they're going to be in Tampa, but I think this is a team that I think they can. It's very winnable for them. And I think, like Kelsey was saying with the writers and everything, I think the NFL eventually wants another Eagles-Niners playoff matchup. So I'm going to take the Eagles to bypass this round and beat the Bucks.
Yeah, the stupid fucks.
Kels.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with you guys here. I'm going Eagles. Not gonna say the words that are there at the end of that sentence.
You can say go Raptors if you want, buddy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely go Raptors. It's not. It's more like go Bulldogs at this point in time. But no, this team. I mean, this team is still good. It's like, yes, they struggled. The team is still good, top to bottom. We don't know what Buccaneers are gonna pop up, and I refuse to call them Bucks with 2 C's. That's just weird. I feel like I'm looking at the word thick with 2 C's, and the Bucks are not that.
Or Bucky's.
Yeah. God, that's even worse. Anyways,
You're welcome.
yeah. Eagles though, it just makes sense for them to win. If they don't, Nick Sirianni's probably gone, and that's not good for Eagles fans. This reminds me of early Andy Reid series where he had the same situation where he had a kind of a struggle of an end of a season, goes in the playoffs, had to get a W to stay in his job, got the W, stayed in his job.
The thing is, Eagles fans are morons. Jeffrey Lurie is not.
Well, yeah, they eat dog poop when they win. I mean, at that point in time, I don't know what else to say. It was actually horse poop.
How are me and Chris the higher end of the food chain for IQ for Eagles fans?
I question that every time.
Eagles fans
I
do
don't know. I think I'm in that group with them. Honestly, that when they were eating dog shit, that was just an experiment. They were just testing something.
That was
out.
not an experiment. The man ate it like he'd eaten it 17 times. Like he felt like it was a delicacy he gets
Maybe
every
he
year.
thought, hey, you know,
Take it
put
on
a
the
minute.
dog.
You do yourself every month to like celebrate a big win. That
Like,
was
oh, dog shit. Oh, and you just fix it. I can't really defend it.
that also explains my feelings for this entire
Oh,
game.
look at that dog
but
shit
yeah,
here.
give me
Ooh,
the Eagles.
All right, Deej.
Eagles have pissed me off entirely too much, and this is a season that makes
Play with
absolutely
your
no
fucking Colts with me, motherfucker.
Don't get me started on those teams because I hate that team as much as you do, damn it. But my
Where's
point
Matt
is,
Shane Steichen?
same here, but everything else pisses me off. And I'm still mad about the Gardner Minshew thing. The Eagles should have just kept him so I wouldn't have to put up with it. So Buccaneers win, they cover the spread. And the Eagles secondary is very, very shaky. This looks like it'll be a very stupid game that makes no sense.
I can't believe it's a Monday night game.
Storyline.
Yeah.
No, the disappointment in Jared's face and voice when you say "Give me the Bucks."
I'm not happy about it. I don't like either team right now. I'm pissed off.
Also, thinking about the Bucks with 2 C's, I think it's just the 40 cc's of alcohol Chris wants in his body, so he can make conscious picks now.
Yeah,
Well, I see Chris's next 20 minutes of his life. He's going to get off in about 2 minutes, sprint down 4 blocks to his house or to his mom's house to go get booze, sprint back here to watch Belly Up After Dark with me, Hector, and Josh. By the way, it goes live on the Bev YouTube channel in 30 minutes.
Told you
And
not to make it just poop and do all that other stuff.
I actually don't have to poop, but I need to eat, so that's gonna happen.
well, I was gonna do that. I was also gonna get stoned and probably watch Finding Bigfoot. And then,
Nice.
dude, it's fucking hilarious.
I hope you find them.
I think today we just got like a greatest hits of Chris, like for this
Yeah.
episode.
Okay, you're getting a new intro for the new season. That should be in it. Whatever
Yeah,
he
Chris,
said.
Chris,
I'm gonna
I
get
need
stoned.
Chris. I need you to go into like your iPhone, right? And I need you to screenshot all of your debauchery you've done today, like 30-second snippets of it, and send them to me because this is fucking masterclass shit.
Well, no, you got to do it for the whole last season. Like, I mean, you got the spinny hat, you have the Tulane situation, you have.
The Tulane
Blackout
wasn't
15.
visually appealing. It was just fucking Chris, like, yeah.
I'm just saying. You have the
No,
first
but
time
he did it-
on air.
Chris has been on the shit today. See, Matt's so fucking mellow. We're just gonna see him fucking chilling with his margarita. It's like it's all he needs, though.
Told you,
Just do a
dude. I'm
matchup
the drummer in the band.
about
That stays
the
out till 5 a.m. Does all the hard drugs. That's this guy. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
do hard
Chris-
drugs. I don't condone it. But
Yeah, no. Chris
we
doesn't
run a
do.
band.
Chris doesn't do cocaine, man. He snorts straight sodium.
This man's
Dude,
nutmeg on the
dude,
side.
I snorted like Smarties before. I broke those up. Those fucked me up.
Okay,
Wow.
I can't talk because Matt knows what I snorted once at a gym, and we're not gonna talk about it.
No,
Oh,
You
dude.
not go with creatine, did you?
I snorted
No.
pre-workout.
Oh, you
Yeah.
idiot!
I had the best.
You're no longer the
first-
lowest on the totem pole of Eagles fans. Chris has taken a step
Nice.
up.
Yeah, the kid that snorted Smarties is now the top of the totem pole. I hope he did that before the SATs and got a couple extra points.
Oh my god, dude! They
Little
thought I was
smarts
on
in you.
Adderall. Or
Did you happen to take to sneeze while you're writing your name on the SAT and add a little sparkle to it?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I gotta. You know, it'd be fun to snort this fun dip.
Jesus Christ.
Next, you're gonna say pop rocks are fantastic ideas.
Oh, Pop Rocks, dude.
I
I
don't
was
know
Pop
what
Rocks.
that is.
I was
No,
gonna
it's
pop
looks
some of
cool.
them
Right.
during the SATs.
You ever see Red Skull from Captain America? That would be
Yeah.
you if you snort pop rocks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
No,
that
no.
about wraps up here for the Corner Booth pregame. I will be live on Belly Up After Dark in about 30 minutes. Kelsey, DJ, where can we find your amazing content?
DJ, you
Go
got
away,
it.
Kelsey.
Nope, you got it this time.
I Love Sports, everything from YouTube to Instagram and everything in between. You can check out me and Kelsey going on random rants, recaps, and rankings, and a little bit of everything in between.
There you go. You can find me and these two, in the gruesome twosome, these two motherfuckers, live every Monday or Tuesday, depending on our mood, at 7 o'clock Eastern time on our YouTube channel, as well as Thursday at 7 p.m. on the Belly Up Sports YouTube channel, doing the Corner Booth pregame, and of course the Corner Booth podcast, which will always be live on all things podcast, whether it's Spotify, Apple, yada yada yada. You can find us on all socials at Corner Booth Pod, and me at Belly Up Jared or Corner Booth Jared, and Matt at Corner Booth Matt or Big Wisp, and Chris, who just runs our socials, because I don't even know if he actually owns social media at this point. So
Yeah, I don't really do shit on social media. I'm an off-grid cat. Why do you know what? I used to drunk tweet all the time, dude. I gotta find this.
Chris from the Corner Booth Twitter account retweeting drunk Chris tweets.
Yeah.
You're just gonna make a 5-minute segment every week that's just Chris reading his old drunk tweets.
Yo, honestly, Chris, matter of fact, your segment for the season 11.
All right, yeah. I think I tweeted. I remember I was talking about Mike Zimmer, how I said he doesn't smile. I think I tweeted at like the coaching staff. I'm like, can you just get this dude to smile one time and I'll be happy? Yeah, no, I said my Christmas wish this year is to teach Mike Zimmer to smile. Hashtag thank me later, Mike.
Fuck. All right.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah, it's just a little weird. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Corner Booth pregame. We appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to our official sponsors, Mall Rose, promo code BELLYUP15 for 15% off at checkout. Candidates, BellyUp20 for 20% off at your final purchase, and SeatGeek promo code BellyUpSports for $20 off your first initial purchase. We appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to Belly Up Sports and Belly Up Media for checking in, and the High-Low Sports Boys for doing a crossover with us for the wild card weekend. We will see you guys on Monday for another Corner Booth podcast, and check out Belly Up After Dark in about 28 minutes. Peace.